This morning I woke up to my first ever community guidelines violation, and I want to take a moment to talk about it. So if you're not aware, yesterday I posted this video titled POV, you just left a party with your cluster B boyfriend. Throughout the video, I depict this escalating toxic conversation.
Just one of my friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell from that. You guys
Oh.
seem like you're great friends, actually. As he reflects on his jealousy and insecurity at the party. Do I embarrass you?
No!
Like, okay, tell me how I don't, then. And ultimately blames her for his emotions and his behavior. And I don't like yelling at you like this, but this is what it comes to when you bring me to these parties.
Oh,
You know, you see what you're making me do right now? I hate. And forces her to apologize.
What do I have to apologize for?
For putting me through that
Okay,
bullshit.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Apology accepted. See, this
yeah.
is how we have like good open communication. Okay, I forgive you.
Oh.
Video is not funny at all. I wanted to make you feel like you're that partner in an uncomfortable relationship. I would say 80% of the comments look something similar to this, making connections between the characters in the video and people they might have known in real life. And while a lot of the feedback was positive, it evoked a lot of strong emotions, including concerns about furthering the stigma around cluster B disorders. And I think we made it a little too gritty and intimate or real. I was thinking about this all last night. Isn't that the point, to make things that real? And sometimes it's not. I wanted it to be real because of this. We look at the DSM and you read off the symptoms in here. It says affective instability, emotional outbursts, anger, and everyone has a different interpretation of what that means. Almost everything else in medicine has a really clear depiction of what's going on. If I read about layered calcifications, I can go look up a histology picture of Samoma bodies, or I can watch a video of someone having a seizure after I've read about what it looks like. But I never got, in medicine, the ability to watch someone play out all the behaviors I was reading about in my psychiatry textbooks. It's taken years in the clinic to kind of start to piece together these things. So my hope was to create a unfiltered demonstration of how this behavior kind of looks and why it reflects it. And while it wasn't my intent to mock, I can really resonate and understand why it's not the best look for me to display this behavior this way. And I really tried to take on the perspective of a patient or a viewer watching this. And I thought, if I was watching a neurologist do a full imitation of a tonic-clonic seizure, I would find some value in how they were demonstrating it, but also it would feel a little icky. I started this account was because I like to use TikTok as a way to express myself in an identity that isn't my professional space. I want to see this as Presro, which is really Preston's personhood, of which psychiatry is a part, but this isn't another scenario for me to put on my white coat and preach to you guys. I'm just talking as Preston. However, I cannot separate my identity as a psychiatrist from this. And people are going to view me that way regardless, so I need to be aware of that. And if I were to depict these roles, I think it needs to be in an environment where it doesn't feel like I'm punching down, or anyone can even interpret it that way. So maybe that means it needs to be giving advice to someone on like a more professional set where it's been predicated or made more palatable somehow. One of the things that comedy does so well is it makes hard topics palatable. And I think that might be one place that I messed up here. My toxic OR skits, I tried to throw a lot of comedy in there and then kind of made it easier to engage with, but I didn't do that this time. I appreciate the comments of everyone who felt validated and resonated with what they saw, and I think appreciate the video in a way that I intended it to. And I also welcome the comments of people that didn't like it and had their own reservations and criticisms, who felt that it promoted stigma and didn't help the public reception of these psychologic disorders. Everyone's having a true and reasonable emotional response to the video. It's my job as a creator to take all those responses in and decide, do I want to keep doing this? And in this scenario, I think the answer is no. I appreciate your concerns, your compliments, your corrections, and thank you for making me better.